Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
You know, as I leave it, I begin to realize that we really haven't done such a bad job. The death of a working man's life in a big American hospital does not have to be the traumatic agony that people assume that it is. And so we've done maybe a little better a job than we thought we've done. And I think that we need, my fellow conspiratorians, to recognize this. And yeah, we're not doing such a bad job for the world. And if maybe a few more conspirators out there would realize that what is this conspiracy? It's a conspiracy of geniality and hope. And we need to investigate it some more, because I don't think we're doing as bad a job at it as people seem to think we maybe are. And if that sounds too soppy or too, front-loaded, workman-wise, screw it. We're not doing as bad as they claim we are. And so let's hear it for the fucking human race.
Yeah, look at him. It doesn't look good when he's right.
I know.
Go ahead, you can motion that.
So how is Dell's working? Dell's life influenced your work? Dell told me a great thing. When I first started out at Second City, he was our director, and I used to sort of get by on winking at the audience kind of in my behavior, making like smart jokes. And Dell pulled me aside one day after a show and said, "Someday you're going to look in the mirror and say, I'm so cute, and I'm only 45 years old." And it sort of sobered me up, It sort of taught me that, there was more to just scoring with the audience. That wasn't just about getting a laugh. Dell taught us the dictum that if you concentrate on making everyone else around you look good, it makes everybody look good. And in a way, taught us like a moral code to go with the kind of stage behavior that he was teaching us, And then he was a great, complete innovator of the stage behavior that we've all learned and shared, which works in life as well as it does on the stage.
Would you like just some push-ups?
No, I don't know what I want.
Okay, yeah, just a quick one, and then we're going to have him talking
Oh, that's right.
You know, the funny thing about it is, Billy, you can have a pretty good life pretty cheap over here in these States. And I think that's kind of something to be proud of. And I didn't know that until I was dying. And it's a nice thing to learn on the last day of your life.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Your last party, perhaps.
But I was talking to Greenberg, and is there anything I've learned?
We're here in Chicago. The only time I ever had real money was when I got to New York. But I found that it was better to have no money in New York than to have some money. You guys live really well, really good, or really poor. In the middle, you were just getting killed all the time. And then at the economic footstool of life in New York, and it was always better to go there because you had all your time for it. You could live, all your time was to explore and see everything.
But I
This way. Thanks.
you may be right, but it's hard to know. It's really hard to know. I felt like I got a real good shot at a real good party. Took advantage of it.
Okay, well, what can I get?
Oh, that chocolate martini everybody's talking about.
Where is it?
There's your
Ah,
martini. Yeah. Get a picture of that.
Here's Sharon.
Sharna. Oh, me too?
Why not?
well, she's the high priestess, and I'm her chosen consort. That's the way it works, isn't it? They do the choosing.
Of course, absolutely. Especially high after one of those.
Is it okay?
Your doggie's gonna have some last life left in her years. Gracie, Sharna's dog, lives on him. But as I said before, there's no reason to burn it out tonight.
No.
We might get lucky and somebody unlucky. And push on another few. And I might be out there annoying you. As I love to do.
Now, briefly, we all set?
Yeah, let me get back in place.
Del wanted a brief ritual, and this is a blessing ritual for his birthday, for his upcoming journey, coming to annoy you. What we'd like to do is we'll be doing a blessing of the 4 elements that symbolizes all the things in the world. But first, the most important, which is really the 5th, is asking the blessing and the presence of deity in 2 forms.
We invoke you, Goddess, the Goddess we call by many names. Astarte, Hecate, Diana, Penelope, Earth Mother. Please come with us tonight. Send your blessing over all these people, and most of all, our guest of honor here, celebrating his birthday and celebrating his journey through life.
Knowing working with Del for 24 years has been a trip. being his friend has been a blessing. It turned out one of the reasons was we had a couple of mutual friends even before we met. Mr. H.P. Lovecraft, who was here, Ed Greenberg will read from, and Clark Ashton Smith, great poets and writers. And this is a poem Del has chosen called Transcendence. To look on love with disenamored eyes, to see with gaze relentless, rendered clear of hope or hatred, of desire and fear, to insuperable nullity that lies behind the veils of various disguise which life or death may haply weave, to hear forevermore in flute and harp the mere and all-resolving silence, recognize the jewels of autumn in the greening leaf, and in the poppy pod, the poppy flower. This is to be the Lord of love and grief, o'er time's illusion and thyself supreme, as, half aroused in some nocturnal hour, the dreamer knows and dominates his dream.
This is called Nyarlathotep. And at the last from inner Egypt came the strange dark one to whom the fellows bowed, silent and lean and cryptically proud, and wrapped in fabrics red as sunset flame. Throngs pressed around, frantic for his commands, but leaving could not tell what they had heard, while through the nation spread the awestruck word that wild beasts followed him and licked his hands. Soon from the sea a noxious birth began, forgotten lands with weedy spires of gold. The ground was cleft, and mad auroras rolled down on the quaking citadels of man. Then, crushing what he chanced to mold in clay, the idiot chaos blew earth's dust away.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
We have two final blessings for you. As representatives of the God and the Goddess tonight of divinity, we bring the blessings of spirit. And in all things, woman first.
Spirit of the Goddess, Spirit who brings us all things, Spirit that dwells within us and without us, Spirit that guides us on through this life and the next. Be with us tonight, and be with your child as he faces his journey, as we all must. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
The power of the God is the power that keeps the strength through the dark time of winter. Strength comes in many forms. The God blesses you with the strength you already have, the strength of humor. For in the middle of a joke there is no past, there is no future, there is only the present, and the present never ends. So may you continue to find that strength, especially the strength of irreverent humor. The cup is a symbol of life. We ask you all throughout the evening, take a small sip of it for this part of the celebration, to celebrate the birthday and the life of the one.
In the words of a wise woman from a foreign land who is often misunderstood, death is not important. Life is important. And life is eternal, and life is now. Lenny Riefenstahl.
Oh.